What's up, YouTube world? Super Sunday.
Sober Talk with Brother Brandon, the Raging Cajun. It's the weekend, baby.
Welcome back to another episode of Sober Talk with Brothers Brandon, the Raging Cajun. It's the weekend, baby. I hope everyone is having a blessed weekend, had a blessed weekend. Happy Sunday. It's a great day to be alive, sober, and free. Free from the jail cell, free from the trap trailers, and free from the horrors of addiction and alcoholism. But today's show is being sponsored by Time for Second, Sober Living, New Freedom Center, and New Freedom Family Center right here in Bismarck, North Dakota. Also, tonight's show is being sponsored by Mini Visions Apparel right here in Bismarck, North Dakota. Check them out. They're supporting sobriety. Also, today's show is being sponsored by Prairie Recovery Center. If you're looking for a bed, call Prairie Recovery Center. Also, tonight's show is being sponsored by Maya's Mission, the House of Fade, Preferred Heating and Air, Resurrection Tattoo, where you get hooked up and not effed up. But I got a special guest in the house tonight. I got my man Kirk. What's up, brother? How you doing? Good. Me and Kirk, we're here at Time for Second headquarters. Super Sunday cookout. Bunch of sober people come together and watch the games and just have fun being sober. It's a whole new way of living, and it's the only way of living for people like me and Kurt. So, Kurt, how long have you been sober and clean?
I've been sober 14 months. My sobriety date is August 14th, 2024.
Congratulations, brother. That's the longest you ever been sober?
Yeah,
Well, I'm proud of you.
appreciate that.
Well, on behalf of Sober Talk, I got a Sober Talk beanie for you. Winter's coming. Um, so, congratulations, my brother. And where are you originally from?
I'm from a town called Gordon, Nebraska. It's in western Nebraska. Born and raised.
A lot of tornadoes?
Nah,
No?
nah.
Okay. Uh, have you had a tornado?
Yeah, I'm sure. I don't really recall one, but just warnings and stuff. It's not Oklahoma.
Yeah. Tornado Alley.
Yeah.
Um, what was it like growing up in Nebraska in your household?
Man, I was the youngest of three kids. Really close family. Mom and dad married happily. Middle class, but yeah, grew up in a loving household. Brothers, sisters,
Yep.
cousins, grandma, grandpa, all there. Really close family.
How old were you when you remember first trying drugs or alcohol?
Probably like I don't know, right around 14 or so.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what happened? How it went down?
Uh, just alcohol, just getting hammered.
Yeah.
Just getting absolutely obliterated, wanting to fit in or whatever. But it didn't
Yeah.
take much. But yeah, it's what we did. Kind of growing up. We jump in the vehicle, you cruise back roads, you get lit up.
Right.
It's just kind of like the normal thing to do if you were a kid.
I don't know about you, but for me, I remember like drinking a beer, and it was nasty, but I used to, or something, I drink like one beer and then I try to be cool and drink two and then I like throw up. I would like walk to the side and throw up and shake it off so nobody can see.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was a lightweight, man. We used to like beer bomb Zima. I was like anything we could get
Yeah.
our hands on, just like
I ain't heard that in a long time.
Zima.
Yep.
For real.
And so that was a thing, right? You just want to hang in and
For sure, just always trying to hang out with kids older than you and do whatever they're doing. And
Right.
yeah, seek out, just do whatever you could.
A lot of cornfields in Nebraska.
Yes, a lot of cornfields.
Yeah.
A lot of cattle, a lot of cornfields.
So you kind of grew up like on a ranch or
Yeah,
farm?
my dad, he did a little bit of everything. He was a ranch hand, farm hand, a little bit just trying to make ends meet wherever he could.
Right.
So, yeah,
I know what you mean.
for sure.
Any sports, any hobbies in teenage years, high school?
Yeah, yeah. Football, wrestling. I got a scholarship to wrestle in college. Wrestled in college for a couple of years.
What college?
University of Nebraska, Omaha.
Okay.
Yeah, Division II. Really good school.
Mm-hmm.
Really good time. Yeah, I was state champion in high school. Was yeah, I don't know, I was really good in high school and then went to college, and I mean it's tough. It's demanding. It's physical, and there's a lot of kids who are better than me.
I know because uh, my brother, one of my best friends, the best man in my wedding. Shout out to Mr. Make It Extraordinary, and he was a wrestler,
Yeah.
and they trained hard. I remember running with garbage bags, spitting in the cup, trying to cut weight,
Right. Yeah.
and so you got a full scholarship.
Yeah, I'm not a full ride. But I had a scholarship. Wasn't a full
Right.
ride, but yeah, I had a scholarship.
How were your grades?
Like I don't know, like a 2.9.
Okay, so did you do 4 years, 2 years?
What, in college?
Yeah.
No, three before I dropped out.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you was almost there. What would you
Yeah,
major in?
education. I mean, honestly, I was there to wrestle. I really wasn't looking too far ahead in my future. I was trying to keep eating and sleep, wrestling, but
Mm-hmm.
it was demanding. It was it was a year-round sport. Coming from high school where you were the best in the area, and I come to a sport where you can't even make the starting lineup. It was tough mentally, and then it just challenged me. And I mean, I wish I could go back now and say I stuck it out, but after 3 years, I chose a different route and chose to go up to the oil field after that. Work for my dad after 3 years not making the lineup. And
In Nebraska, working in the oil field?
Wyoming,
Okay. Uh, what was your job in the oil field?
driving truck, hauling production water.
Okay.
So I was in Momstead, Wyoming for contracting to BP for the facility.
And how long did you do that?
So I was in Wyoming for I think 4 years, and then we moved up to North Dakota, and I was in the oil field up here for about 12 years.
And at what point in your life did the drugs come in?
So I started dabbling in like marijuana and shit in high school.
Yeah.
And just normal. I mean, even in college, I think it had a big thing. It was a big part of my decision to quit wrestling and go a different route. I think marijuana and partying had a big say in my decision to do that.
Mm-hmm.
But marijuana and alcohol were in my life for back like I said, I can remember high school, and then started getting into the harder things back up here in North Dakota when I was up here.
Yep.
I mean, it's around anywhere you look, you can find it. But yeah, I didn't really start dabbling in the harder stuff until like my mom was diagnosed with cancer. I think like 2013.
Okay. Yeah, I was in the oil field myself for many years. I worked offshore in the Gulf of Mexico, catch a helicopter,
Mm-hmm.
and there's definitely a lot of people drinking and drugging. You know what I mean?
I feel it.
So where did you go to in North Dakota when you landed up here?
So we came up here with my dad had 3 trucks at the time. And we didn't have a plan in place. We came up here and just started knocking on doors looking for work. There was 4 of us. We were staying at the Missouri Flats Inn in Williston, and my dad and a guy named Chris Howard, they would drive truck at night, and me and my buddy Andrew would sleep in the beds, and then we would drive truck during the day, and they would sleep in the beds. We just had one hotel room. It's wild, man, and we found work and we ran with it, and then we got a contract in Newtown through a company like Quality Trucking, and then we just kept growing and growing. And
What was some of the hard drugs that you tried first?
so pills, like Opanas, Oxys.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the harder pills I tried. They were slow releasing, but I remember really liking them. I took them at a time like I said, my mom was diagnosed with cancer, and I started playing around with I just remember liking the way they made me feel. And like I said, they were slow releasing, so they didn't really make me stick like they should have. Or I wish. I don't know if it would have changed anything if they would have, but that's how it started for me.
Right. Um, any math?
Oh yeah, eventually, yeah, I got into some math. But Opanas, and then right after Opanas, it was Xanax. I started using my mom's death and his excuse for anxiety and depression. And I got him through a doctor, and I was abusing him for a while. But, yeah, eventually, not right away. Eventually, got into math. I don't know the years, but
Right. How long ago was it before you got in trouble?
mm, I had a lot of DUIs, a lot of driving under suspensions, but
How many DUIs?
four, maybe four. Yeah, I lost my CDL originally for 99 years, and then
99 years.
99 years.
Yeah.
I had to figure out.
Well, the first time was like a year, right? Or is it forever?
No, so I forget how it all went down, but my first time they dropped it to, I think most people, they'll drop it to a reckless driving, they'll take X amount of points off your license, and then, but the second time, it was different for me because I refused the breath test, so they took my CDL and my regular license for like 3 years.
So that's detrimental to the
Career
fitting
fitting,
in. So then what?
and then started racking up the driving under suspensions, and it was just, it was a nightmare. That was 3 years, like, it was just brutal.
You became a dispatcher?
Something like that. I became a bum.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know, my dad, he had a trucking company, so yeah, I was dispatching, helping him out, working for him for quite some time.
Did y'all have any spiritual life in your family? Did you like
Catholic church every Sunday, man. Yeah, we had God in our home. Yeah, grew up with religion.
when y'all moved to North Dakota, were y'all still going to church or
No,
praying or anything?
not really. We came up in North Dakota. I mean, we were working, man. We were working a lot, over 100. I mean, we were driving, man. We were
Right.
driving trucks 7 days a week. I mean, we were trying to make a living, and my dad's company just kept going. We came up here with 3 trucks. Before my dad went bankrupt, he had 30. But I mean, yeah, I worked for my dad. I drove truck with my dad. I watched him build his company from the ground up, and I mean, a lot of blood, sweat, and tears went into that. And yeah, over the years, it was kind of cool to be a part of. A lot of experiences, a lot of highs, a lot of lows. It's a oil field. There's ups, there's downs.
Right.
But it was pretty cool to be a part of.
So you've been in North Dakota ever since?
Yeah, I moved to Sioux Falls, South Dakota for just over 2 years. I ended up getting engaged. Moved down with my fiance. She ended up getting pregnant. They had twin babies, and down there for a while. I just couldn't keep my nose clean.
Right.
Yeah.
Were you think you were in full addiction and alcoholism at that time?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's why one of the reasons we left North Dakota is she thought she could get me out of people I was hanging around, thought it would work, and I mean it did for a little while, but it just throwing that one person introduced me to another person, and just me my shit.
Yeah, you always find your people, right?
For sure.
Did you ever try getting sober before this time?
Oh yeah,
Like
I mean,
treatments or
yeah. So I wouldn't say I really tried to get sober, but
tried to get out of trouble?
Yeah. Basically, I went to treatment a lot, tried to get people off my back, trying to please other people, for your POs, for your intermediate measures, and like did that a lot. But I really don't feel like I was ever ready. I always had a reservation any time I was in there, and it always ended the same way when I got out.
Any prison time?
No prison time, just treatment, jails, and some intermediate measure in a halfway house, but never prison.
Have you ever overdosed?
Yes, I have overdosed.
Tell me about when that went down.
Man, so yeah, I was in Williston. I was on my girlfriend at the time. She was on her way home from work, and yeah, I got a little fentanyl. I knew it was fentanyl when I got it. It's the first time I ever did it, and
How was you doing it?
I was smoking it.
Okay.
Smoking it, put some on tinfoil, but man, she had like 20 minutes before she was getting to town, so I just got it. And I'm like, man, I'm gonna do this quick before she gets home. And she got home, she found me under the kitchen table, and yeah.
She saved you, or she called?
No, she called paramedics. I mean, I remember taking a hit of it, and then when I woke up, I was surrounded by paramedics, and they were asking me who the president of the United States was, and
Right.
all that jazz. It was pretty hardcore.
Well, I'm glad you're still alive, brother.
Appreciate that.
Because if you ain't dead yet, God ain't done with you.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
Because that people don't realize how much it affects people once you die. You know what I mean? Like your kids who grew up without a father. You know what I'm saying? People love you. You know, and so I'm glad that you have a you have a purpose in life. It's just up to you to find it. Um, so you're a resident of Hope Manor now.
I am.
Shout out to Hope Manor Sober Living. I am alumni of Hope Manor. The big chocolate extravaganza is going on next weekend, Saturday night at the Hub. They got a big raffle going on for a side by side and a bunch of other things. It will be catered by Brazilian Steakhouse Grill. But if you're around, you're local, check it out. Come check it out. I'll be there, eating some fine chocolates. You know, yeah, but it's a great organization. All the sober livings that are here now and across the state of North Dakota and reentry programs, man, it's amazing how many uh, options people have now.
Yeah.
But addiction and alcoholism is not slowing down, and these houses do get filled up, and these facilities get filled up pretty quick. So get on the waiting list. You know. Um, so how did you wind up to your first day of sobriety now, like this 14-month stretch?
What was the question?
What led you up to your first day of sobriety for these 14 months?
Okay, so like my first day, shoot, man.
So what led you up? Like, what was the dark times and what led you up to getting sober?
My kids were 2 years old, and my fiance kicked me out. She had enough. She brought her mom up. She was got to a point where she was willing to sell the house to get me out.
Okay.
When she found a place, I'd be out. I could figure it out on my own. So yeah, I had my dad come get me, and I thought I'd go back to North Dakota. I mean, she forgave me. She put up with my stuff for a long time.
Yeah.
This time, something felt different about it. I knew this time was it, and it was tough, man. Like her and my kids were, it felt like they were the one thing in this world I couldn't live without, and so I had to learn how to live without them. And man, it was tough at first. I was falling on my face, and it was a train wreck. I was sleeping on my dad's couch. I wasn't getting a job. I was sleeping on friends' couch. It was a nightmare. I was just it was a pity party, depression.
Everything was going wrong.
Everything was going wrong, man. Yeah, my dad's vehicle broke down. I don't have a vehicle of my own, so I started sneaking down to a company yard, and I started finding pickups with most of my gas in them, and I'd run them around and go do what I was doing, and yeah, I finally got caught up in that and arrested for theft of property, 10,000 to 50,000.
Of your dad's trucks?
They weren't my dad's trucks. My dad went bankrupt.
Yeah.
So, but a company right down the road there in Parshall.
Oh, you just commandeered them.
Oh yeah.
Would you just bring them back by morning?
For sure, have them back before morning, but just so happened one night I hopped in one.
Big Pippin in the work truck.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, they're nice trucks, but one got dispatched that I was in one night, and they called it in stolen, which I mean, it obviously was. And I got caught up in it, so.
When they found you driving around in it?
Oh yeah.
Well, you was at the strip club?
No, I was on the highway on my way back actually, but they pulled me over, and I was like, they're like, I pulled you over, and I'm like, oh yeah, I was speeding, and they're like, no. One of those vehicles called in stolen, and I'm like, all right, like, that's cool. So yeah, they threw me in Mount Shasta County Jail, and there's that. I mean,
how long you was doing that before you got caught?
Oh, a good 6 months. I mean, I know the guy who owned the company. He was a really cool man. I used to work for him. He, after my dad went bankrupt, he was employing my dad. A good dude. I don't have really anything bad to say about him. I was just taking advantage of him. And he knew I'd been doing it. And he warned me and my dad like 2 times before, like, hey man, it wasn't good. Like, you know what's going on? These trucks are GPS, you know, but I was still full into it. Like, it didn't even matter. Like, I was gonna do it no matter what if I had to get what I wanted to get.
Right.
And so, even though I knew they knew it here and there, I still thought I was being slick with it, or whatever you want to call it. And I just got caught up, and he was finally sick of it, so he pressed charges, and I got hit with a D felony, and I sat in county jail for like 7 or 8 months, 7 months, I think. And I was
You detoxed in there, huh?
oh yeah, dried out in county jail.
Were you sick?
Oh yeah, I was sick. Of course I was sick, but for a little bit, and then yeah, I mean, I called my dad, talked to my dad, sister. I had people I could call and talk to, but I mean, nobody's gonna bond me out. You know, I dug myself pretty deep, and everybody was just sick of watching me destroy my life and the choices I was making. And so,
Right.
to be honest, I mean, jail was the best place for me.
Right.
It really was.
It's crazy how like all those years in our life we were subconsciously like destroying ourselves.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so how did you get out of there?
So I had a public defender of mine who obviously could never get a hold of. You know,
Yeah.
he would contact you and he wanted to talk to you.
A
So
public pretender.
yeah, I talked to him like maybe 3 times, but I talked to him and I was trying to plead guilty at my arraignment, but they still had to get a hold of the party I stole the pickup from, and so they wouldn't let me plead guilty, and I was mad because I was trying to go to prison, bro. I was trying to sit in county jail for a couple more months, wait for trial, and so I had to wait a couple more months, and then like a day before trial, a public defender called me and was like, "Hey, bro, so they're letting you out with with time served and 2 years probation." And I was like, I got this sick feeling in my stomach because I didn't know where I was going to go. Because I had nowhere to go. For the first time in my life, I had nowhere to go. And I was scared. I was sick. I had my mind made up. I was going to go to prison. I was going to go to the farm. Or, I had all these jailhouse lawyers telling me what was up. Like, oh, this is what they're probably going to do. And so, I had my mind made up. I was going to go to prison, and that's where I was going to get my shit together. And I was going to get kicked out through BTC, save some money. And then, I had it all planned out in my head. And when he told me that, I was like, dang. So I started making phone calls. One was to a buddy of mine who was at Hope Manor. His name was Jake Miller. And he was like, like, try to get into treatment and then try to apply to Hope Manor. And so I got a hold of North Central Human Service Center there in Minot, and they had a bed. And so right out of jail, I was able to go down to Minot and jump in treatment for 30 days. And when I was in treatment for 30 days, I had a case manager help me do all these sober living applications. Hope Manor, Seeds of Eden, just all.
Right.
And Seeds of Eden and Hope Manor were the first two that hit us back. Seeds of Eden just accepted me. Hope Manor gave me an interview. And they had known about me. Jake had been talking about me for like some time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta love Jake.
Gotta love Jake, man. I met Jake.
Talk to him since he's been gone.
Yeah.
How's he doing?
He's doing all right. I mean, he's been transferred a couple times. I think he's been transferred, but he wrote me a couple letters. It's not easy adjusting, but he's doing all right. He's gonna be all right.
That's what's up.
He's getting through it.
Much prayers to my brother Jake.
For sure. But I met Jake and my boy Polo. Polo?
Yep.
I met Jake and Polo at Team Challenge. I went straight to Team Challenge right after my kids were born.
Okay.
Tried to make it work, but I got kicked out of that program.
How long were you there before you got kicked out?
Like 3 months. Me and Jake got kicked out together. So Jake, he went back to federal holding, and then he got another chance, and he got into Hope Manor. It's a crazy story, bro. So we got kicked out together. I knew what Jake's charges were, and I figured he was going to be locked up. I didn't figure I'd ever see him again, hear from him again, whatever. But when my kids were born, I gave the guy I stole the pickup from. Anyways, before I stole the pickup from him, I was working for him, and he got me into Team Challenge. And me and Jake got kicked out. My baby mama took me back in, and after she kicked me out 2 years later, I was in Bismarck. I had no business being in Bismarck. I hadn't eaten in 3 days, been awake the whole time. I was like, man, I wish I could take a shirt out, get a steak.
Yeah.
And I ran into Jake, bro.
Yeah.
He's serving there. He gave me this big old hug, and he was like, man, you look like crap. And I'm like, holy cow. And he was like, no, seriously, my manager's about to call the cops on you. Like, you're scaring the cops tonight. And I was just like, loaded.
Start doing this.
That night, he slipped me his phone number, and he was like, call me, bro, like, get into sober living. I never really heard about sober living. I've done treatment so many times and all this stuff, but that's where he planted a seed in my head about the place he was at and how well he looked and how good he was doing. Man, last time I saw him, he was going straight to federal holding, and I didn't think I was going to see him again.
Right.
And so, like, it was, I don't know, I felt like, man, was a powerful moment. Like, I drove home that night, back at Clarksville, like, that's all I could think about. Like, man, this is crazy. So, yeah, it's wild how it worked out, how I ran into Jake again, how I planted that seed. And that's basically how it stood up emotions for day one, man. I went through treatment in MANOR. Hope Manor accepted me. I caught a bus down here, and I was standing at the door day one at Hope Manor, and I was just grateful, man. Like, I was nervous, but I had a place to go, and I'd seen what it had done for him, and he was still in the house when I walked in on day one. Like, it was big for me.
Yeah.
It was big for me, man.
Yeah, Hope Manor saved my life.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some people say it's God. Some people say it's treatment. Some people say it's the 12 steps. But me going to New Freedom Center and asking for help and getting in treatment and then getting accepted into Hope Manor Sober Living, where I got that foundation.
Right.
You know what I mean? Here I am almost 8 years later.
For sure.
So I'm glad you didn't go to Seeds of Eden. I'm glad you went to Hope
Yeah,
Manor.
I don't know how yet.
85% success rate.
No, I Hope Manor. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
For sure. Yeah.
But so you got to Hope Man your first day. How did you think in your mind it was going to be, and how was it?
Like, I don't know. Like I said, I've never been through sober living before. The little bit I did talk to Jake about it, he was like, "Yeah, it's strict at first and stuff, but he's like, I pretty much come and go as I want now." I talked to my case manager about it a little bit, but she's like, a lot of people don't like going to Hope Manor, like, but if you're really, really trying to change your life and you really want to better yourself, this is the place. And I'm like, yeah, let's do it, like, for sure. And just getting an interview set up with them right away, like, well, they were needing to help me as I was needing the help, and that was really, it was cool, man. They responded. I got an interview right away, and I was just excited, man. I knew somebody, I knew Jake there, and he was gonna show me the way, and that's how it was when I walked in, man. I was surrounded by all these guys, bro. That was nothing but love.
Right.
And I mean, it wasn't. It's crazy. You know, you hear people tell like share their stories, and everybody's like, "Welcome home" and stuff. It is like that, bro. But like, it's I don't know, in a good way, man. Like, let's go to the gym, man. First day there, bro. Just people surrounding me, bro. Just trying to be love. Show me the way, man.
Right.
It wasn't overwhelming for me at all because I was just grateful to be there. I was grateful to have a roof over my head. I'm grateful for the chance. I mean,
So you start going to 14 meetings a week?
yeah, no, I got a job my first day there. So I walked up the steps.
Me too.
And they're like, "Hey, you want to go out to eat?" And I'm like, "Yeah, bro, that's cool." I'm like, "I ain't got no money." And they're like, "No, we got you." They took me to Denny's, and one of the guys in the house was the kitchen manager at Denny's. They're like, "Hey, I think Denny cooks. You should just," I was like, "Oh, I'll just apply here." I applied, got the interview, and was hired. So I think I was working my second day.
Then you have to listen to 18 CDs of Roger?
18 Roger CDs, 11 Peter CDs. You got.
Oh, yeah, Peter
Oh,
CDs.
yeah, we got Peter CDs now. So you got 90 days to finish them all, and then you got to finish like 9 Rogers within your first 2 weeks at the house. But it's cool. Like it gives, you know, it sets the tone. You can tell when people come into the house and stuff. Like, instead of sitting around and getting comfortable and stuff, it keeps them busy. It keeps them proactive and digging into this. So they're really helpful.
Right. And then you had to get a sponsor?
Yeah, I had to get a sponsor.
Did you have the same sponsor you started with?
No. My first sponsor was a heavy hitter. He walked me through the steps from my very first time. Shout out Coleman. Good.
Yeah, shout out to my brother Coleman, working at CED in Dickinson.
Yeah, he got me through the steps. And I mean, I was pretty lost when it came to the book and the steps. And I mean, it took his time with me, and I'm sure. Yeah, might have been frustrating for him at times, but we got through it.
Right.
We got through it. So.
And when did it kind of like? Because for me, I can tell you my experience. Like at first, I was like, "Man, this is so whack." You know what I mean? Like listening to the CDs and stuff, and then like Roger's voice is kind of like kind of low.
Yeah.
And but like for me, stuff started clicking when like I hadn't did my taxes in a bunch of years, and he was like, "Yeah, when I came in this program, I ain't did my taxes in 10 years." And I was like, "Man," he caught my attention, and then I started going through the big book and the steps with my sponsor, and I was like, "Man, it's telling my story." You know what I mean? How was it for you? Your experience with it?
Yeah, the Roger CDs were rough. I related to Peter ones a lot better. I like the way Peter was, but then later on down the road, we went to Rule 62, and I got to meet Roger and Peter, and that was like, man, it was cool. So I went back through and listened to the Peters once more after meeting Roger and Peter, and it was like, wow, you know. And then here's the Peter speak live in person. It's like, man. And then after working the steps, like every once in a while, we get a new guy at the house, and he'll be sitting down listening to that CD, and be walking by, and he'll be listening to either Roger or Peter say something on that CD set, and it's just like, man, it sticks with you. Like, holy cow! Like, I didn't know what the hell they were talking about when I first got.
Me
Like,
neither.
it was like foreign to me, you know. But
Right,
yeah, so that's pretty cool, man.
right. And I believe it's all part of the process.
For sure.
You know.
Yeah.
How about the chores and stuff, house mouse and all that?
Yeah. How about it? What about
How
it?
many times you got house mouse?
Oh man, a bunch. A bunch. Yeah. A lot. I got a lot of them, man.
Right.
It's just, it comes with it, you know.
Yep. So Jenna Rose Silk says, "Love you, brother." My mom says, "Amen." And Lisa Joe says, "Proud of you, Kirk."
I love it, Lisa.
What other kind of events that you do have you been to? Because
Like,
Rule 62, like the first time I went to Rule 62 and like listened to the speakers and sat in the
yeah.
front, man,
Rule 62.
it was a whole other
Right.
experience.
Rule
You know what I
62
mean?
was
I was
powerful.
crying, laughing,
Right.
all that.
Right. Rule 62 was powerful, man. Yeah, it was. I really enjoyed Rule 62. Also went to Bad Axe. That was cool, man.
Yep.
Brotherhood with the boys. Yeah, met up with my boy Colo down there. He was Firm Foundations was there. Like,
Yeah, that was
yeah.
my first time going to that was awesome too. Because I always used to, when I was a kid, I used to like watch TV and like see like Ernest Goes to Camp
Right.
and a
Yeah.
bunch of
Yeah.
stuff because
Yeah.
it's at the camp of Scouts of
Right.
America, you know. And so I was like, man, it was a great experience. Um, so volunteering in the community.
Yeah, yeah. We as a house, we just got done doing a book thing for the library. We go sort through a bunch of books, but we do a lot of volunteering as men's house, women's house. Um, I got us pretty dialed in when it comes to that stuff.
How's your spiritual and prayer life now?
Good man. I got a relationship with God today. One that was lost for many years. One that was lost for many years. I'm spiritually sound today. If that makes sense, man. I got a
It
relationship.
does.
Got a relationship with God, and he's leading me in directions I never knew.
Amen to that. How do you stay sober on a daily basis? Like, uh, I'm pretty sure in the 14 months you've like ran across like somebody you knew that ain't sober in the community, or like seen like a dope baggie on the ground. You know what I mean? Like, how do you stay sober on a daily basis, especially when you're having like a kind of bad day or something?
Yeah,
Something that's more stressful than a normal day.
yeah. Well, I'm surrounded by a lot of good people now, man. Like, I'm talking to somebody, praying, but when I first got on the program, I was just taking. I was taking so much and taking so much. You know, what can I get from it? And I was like, it's giving back, bro. That really helps me get out of self. I haven't ran into, I'm out of my area over here, like all the people I was, um, using with and stuff. Like, that's never really an issue. Every once in a while, like I'll chat with people I care about who are still on it, but
Mhm.
something that I was dealing with for a long time was like shame and guilt and like emotional hangover. Like anytime I go see my kids, man, like I start grabbing back here this way, the emotional hangover really, it really hits me hard, and start feeling sorry for yourself. And that's where you reach out to your brothers, or you call somebody to talk to, or you pray, or or you work with somebody, help another person, and get out of self. That's what really helps me out, man.
The altruistic movement
For sure.
is what it's called.
Yeah, for sure.
So how long do you plan on staying at home? So you was the house manager?
Yeah, I was a assistant house manager. Stepped down, transitioning into the basement right now, but I don't, I don't really have I don't have an out date or anything like
Just
that.
one day at a time.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's normal now to start like thinking about what's next. I mean, trying to stay grounded, just living day to day. But I think it's normal to start feeling about like thinking about what's next. But walking with God, giving my life up to God today, I don't have to worry about what's next. That makes sense. Like
Makes a lot of sense.
yeah, I can think about it, but I don't really have to worry about it. If I haven't got it figured out yet, it'll come.
Right, it will come.
Yeah.
And so how do you listen to God? You know what I mean? Because some thoughts that pop in our head cannot, not all of them are from God.
Yeah, no, I
Some
hope
things,
not.
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Some are, but how do you decipher the two?
right.
You know,
Yeah, like, so I go to church every Sunday, and man, like today at Evangel, man, it just felt like it was one of those services where God was talking to you. You know, he had a messenger, but he was talking directly to you. You know, and man, that's how most of the time I hear a message. You know, it used to be someone telling me he was a messenger from any time, but I feel like, man, that's God talking to me. When Jake wrapped his arms around me, the text or somewhere else, split me his number, that was God giving me a message, man.
yeah,
You know,
it is.
and that's how I receive my messages. And
Right.
yeah.
And so it's crazy to say that because when I was in Hope Manor, I started going to Evangel Church.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to be sitting in the front row, and it was like Pastor Josh was talking to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I even went up to him one day. I was like, man, you know somebody I know or something? Because I feel like you talking to me. And
Right.
he was like, God, you know, and I've been going there ever since.
Mm-hmm.
So I can relate to what you're saying. And today, we had shout out to Travis Gatsky and Pastor Bryce. I'm part of the movement inside of the NDSP, the walls, the maximum security prison. Um, Today we hosted a service and we baptized 28 men in the prison. And so that's how God has led me to that as far as volunteering my time and giving people hope while they're incarcerated, because being isolated or being, inside of a prison or a correctional facility for a long amount of time, I mean, that could do something to a human being,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Yeah.
So, but God is gonna make it all right. You know, I might not trust you, but I trust God.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So that lets me know that everything's gonna be all right.
Right.
Um, so if somebody out there is listening right now,
Mm-hmm.
they're in the oil field, um, they lost their CDL from drugs or alcohol, their job or whatever, and they're sleeping from couch to couch, and they just can't get right. Everything's going wrong. If you had any words of the wise, what would you say to them right now?
And you don't have to live that way anymore if you don't want
Amen to that. Um, my mom says she's proud of you, and my mom says she's proud of me, and Clifton Du Bois says he's proud of you, brother. Shout out to
to.
Cliff.
Shout out to my boy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a great thing when start to become the person that you were originally meant to be. You know what I mean? Because I like to ask that, like, if we were lost, where we were originally headed in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
and I feel through recovery, through this community that has been built here in North Dakota, in Bismarck, is that we find our spiritual GPS to lead us back to where we were originally headed.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because now you're a great friend, a great brother, a great housemate, a great father. You know, you can be that person that you were meant to be before, you went off the dirt road
Mm-hmm.
somewhere. And so I'm proud of you, brother.
Appreciate that, bro.
You got any shout outs?
Yeah, shout out Hope Man, shout out my bros. Love you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm proud of you, brother. Any goals or bucket list things that you always wanted to do and that you maybe still want to do deep down inside?
Man, I just want to be the best version of me possible, man, and I want my kids to have the best version of me. I want to be a good father. And man, that's, that's heavy in my life, and it's important to me. You know?
It's important to me too,
Yeah.
brother. Because I was the same way. Sleeping on couches, couldn't see my son, hadn't talked to my daughter in years,
Mm-hmm.
and so that was a big thing that I would pray about once I got sober, and I would get people to pray on me about that I could be a father.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I could be an example uh, for my children.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm proud of you, brother.
I appreciate
Keep doing your thing.
it.
Yeah. Well, my man Kurt in the house today with 14 months of sobriety. Kurt Moore, right?
Yep.
Kurt Moore. He's a resident of Hope Manor Sober Living. We're broadcasting live here at Tied for Second Sober Living headquarters. We had some food and a bunch of sober people together watching football games, and that's what it's all about. Is finding a new vision in life, as they say, a new pair of glasses. But thanks everybody for tuning in to another episode of Sober Talk with Brothers Brandon, the Raging Cajun, baby. A lot of great events coming up. This week I'll be at Native at Tribes, United Tribes College right here in Bismarck, North Dakota. Res Recovery. Shout out to Res Recovery doing big things in their community. I'll be one of the speakers at an event they're having this week. Also, the 27th, October 27th, Hip Hop and Hope, baby. D1 from New Orleans East, positive rapper, a scholar. He's a Christian. He'll be here, and Hip Hop and Hope, Sober Talk, D1, and we'll be doing some events. We'll be hitting the Walls Maximum Security Prison and the Jamestown Prison all in one day. I'm excited about it. Me being from the West Bank of New Orleans, I can't wait to go and, give some people some hope and meet an amazing person that's making a big difference in the world today. Also, a lot of stuff coming up for the holidays. Halloween's coming, Thanksgiving's coming, Christmas coming. There's a lot of events. So stay active and stay around the right people. And don't let um, the winter or the weather changing change you. Find something that can keep you in a great mood and following your sobriety. And if anybody needs help, reach out to me, shoot a message. You can reach out to my brother right here, Kirk. There's all type of facilities and organizations and resources that are around throughout the United States, but especially in North Dakota, from Fargo to Bismarck to Minot to Williston to Wofford. Shout out to all the sober livings. Shout out to Maya's Mission, Fargo, F5. They're having a big event coming up in November. It's the Legacy and Light banquet. They got some great speakers. And also Hope Manor next weekend at the Hub Community Center right here in South Bismarck. They're having a chocolate extravaganza. They're going to have dinner catered. They're doing a big raffle. You can still buy tickets for the raffle. It's a side-by-side and then a whole bunch of other prizes, but it's for a good cause. And also look for Brother Brandon. I'll be posting about different events and vendor shows. I know I'm doing the big one vendor show at the end of November, and a raffle will be starting soon. The grand prize will be 2 tickets on executive air flight to fly around and view Christmas lights and ride in class. And so more to come about that. There's a bunch of other great gifts that will be given as well. If anybody's looking into getting in a treatment facility or needs resources or just don't know where to start, hit us up. Let us, if I don't have the answer, I'm pretty sure I know someone that has the answer. And everybody stay safe. And if you can't stay sober, catch an Uber. And in the words of my great grand sponsor, Jack Height, if nobody told you yet, we love you, baby. Peace and chicken grease.
Sober Talk with Brother Brandon, the Raging Cajun. It's the weekend, baby.